as I'm seeing it come to life. I start to get an idea. I want to see how that looks, and then I'll start to get another idea and want to see how that looks. Hello everyone, Thranxes here, and welcome back to Minecraft episode 10. In today's episode, we're going to be using all of our wonderful nether materials that we gathered up in the last episode to make an epic potion area for the early game. Much like we did for our enchanting area, it is also something I like to have that is really nice looking, and hopefully one that people will be able to get use out of if they need potions. So let's go ahead and commence with the build montage. Yay! Bunnies! Okay, so here we are. We've all finished it up. We have the alchemy repository right across from the enchanting room, and then we have the portal over there. That'll get cleaned up eventually. So here in we go, and we have all these wonderful potions laid out in cauldrons. As you can see, we got kind of my favorites here, and some bottles for people. And then, of course, we have some ready-made potions over here. And when we come over here to the brewing area, we have all the little alchemy centers, the brewing stands set up here. They've got their ingredients already preloaded into them, so all you have to do is get your bottles of water and fill them up, and then come over here and change them around and load them wherever you want. I've got most of the common potions over here that you'll use. Then over here I have some of the rarer potions. I have the anti-potion over here, and then I have your modifiers over on this side. Then over here we have our little netherwort farm, which, as you can see, it's growing rather nicely. Took us a little bit to get the netherwort that was required. Oof, we're getting some latency. We might have to reload, see if we can fix that. But it took us a good bit of netherwort in order to make these netherwort bricks, which I really just love the way they look, especially with all the netherwort around them. And so we're going to continue harvesting. Ugh, and trying to plant. That's horrible. Look at that. That one didn't even plant. This one didn't plant. Oh my. Right, well, we are definitely due for a relog if that's the case, because we can't play like this. This is how you get knocked off of gravel poles and fall to your doom. Anyways, so this is our potion room. Nice and complete and ready to go. As you can see, we've got a few extra ingredients here. Oh, we also put a potion here for putting in poisons or whatever to add to arrows if you want to add an effect to your arrows. And then, of course, the water source block is up here, so you can just scoop your water out of there. And then I've got some awkward potions already primed, ready to go at the netherwort stand. And there's a good bit of fuel loaded into each one of these, although we still have some blaze rods remaining. I've switched my ender chest to all my enchanted diamond tools. And then, of course, we need to sort out some of this. So I think what we're going to do is actually just borrow some of the sugar to make a couple more fermented eyes and then add them over here because I don't have that many. As you can see, we also gathered up bunnies to get some rabbit's feet for making a potion of leaping, and we'll go check on that real quick before I do my relog. Okay, so I'm going to show you where we have the bunnies now. Oh, all of this livestock. We're going to have to thin the herd a little bit. It's just putting undue strain on everything. There we go. Some leather, some more beef. Alright, there we go. That's good. Now, I went ahead and extended this area a little bit, and you can see we have bunnies on one side and chickens on the other. So we prettied this up a little bit. I think this is pretty good. This is where we get our rabbit's feet from now. And everything else. We're doing fairly well. Oof, no, that's right. I put these vines here so I didn't even have to worry about the gate. I could just hop over it. Aha, see? We have plenty of wool, but as always, when we go on our exploration to uncover a lot of new zones and fill out maps, we're going to need a lot of banners for claiming areas that we find. And so for that reason, we're going to need a lot of wool. Okay. Now, the other thing we're going to work on this episode is we've been leveling out this area and taking care of a lot of the trees in this area. And what we're going to do is we're going to set up a little stable of sorts. We're going to set up a place for a horse and a place for some llamas. And we're not really going to use the llamas right away, but we're going to start getting them and naming them and getting them all organized for long-distance travel and trade with a village that we will hopefully find once we start exploring. well, exploring in earnest. We have done little bits of exploration. So we're going to get this all nice and flat over here. And I think that's going to involve filling this in. And then what, we have a little pit down here for monsters to collect in. If we just light this up a little bit, it should be okay. We'll light it up, we'll put a roof on it, and then we won't have to worry about any more spawns in there or falling in there. That doesn't look really like I want it to. We could come across like this and then like that. Ah, that'll work. Square this off a little bit. Eventually we'll add some steps, some pathing. The job is never done, right? Never, ever, ever done. I think we'll go ahead and do like that. Okay. Carrots and potatoes ready for harvest. We don't have a place to make use of them yet, but that's going to be part of when we get ready for a large trade mission. So we want to have lots and lots of potatoes and carrots so that we can stock up on emeralds all in one big trip, because we will likely be away from home for a very long time. I don't know about that. Let's square this off a little bit here. All right, that looks fairly good, actually. So what I want is I want our stable to have a little bit of stone foundation here. So we're going to go... So I want it to be a relatively large stable. Probably with the entrance leading here. Right. Let's just start putting some down and see what it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I don't want to do every build as sort of a sped up little montage. Just the ones that take an excessive amount of time, because we're not going to spend an inordinate amount of time on this. We're just going to get it set up and sort of set up the premise for our next episode. Because most of my time was spent working on the potion room. It's pretty good. Pretty good indeed. We can always square this up a little bit. Thinking like that. We'll knock this one out. Try to keep it sort of with 2. Trying to square it off a little bit, because then we can add steps around it. That may or may not look right, but we'll see. Again, we'll see. At this point, let's go ahead and grab ourselves some fencing. And some wheat. Because I want to make some hay bales. And then we're also going to grab a little bit of gravel. Right, and make some coarse dirt. And then what, we've got some fences, some gates. Let's make 2 gates, right, and then some more fence posts. That should be good for what we're looking for here. I want this door to be actually rather large. You know, we might... let's see what it looks like. We'll put some oak logs here. Oops. So I don't always have a vision. I don't have a preconceived vision of how I want a building to go. It's always just sort of something that I put together as I'm seeing it come to life. I start to get an idea. I want to see how that looks, and then I'll start to get another idea and want to see how that looks. Otherwise, it would be really easy for me to always videotape a construction from beginning to end. But because a lot of times I'll build something and then maybe tear it down if I want it a specific way, it can be difficult at times. Let's see what it looks like with fences up top here. See, I don't know how I feel about that. That's not really... I do know this is where I'm going to want some coarse dirt. So I want the coarse dirt to sort of be the non-stabled area. Oh, we don't... Well, we're going to need a crafting table, so we might as well put one of those in here. And then... Oh, there it is. Coarse dirt. Another row, perhaps? No, maybe not. I don't know. We're going to leave the fence there for now. We might not use that. Might not. And then we're going to do a double gate here. 1 and 2. Okay. And then we'll have our llamas on the other side. You know what? Let's stick with what I do know first. We are going to go more coarse dirt here. And then these other locations, these are going to be hay blocks. So I want it to feel like a stable. Okay, I don't think we have enough hay blocks, but we're going to see. Oh, no. They must be oriented properly. I'm thinking what we need is that the fence posts actually need to be on coarse dirt. And maybe we'll make a path in the middle also out of coarse dirt. Or should we just have the whole thing as hay bales? Let's see what that looks like. All right, so we're going to make some more coarse dirt. Still with 2 left over. Just can't get away from that, can we? Ooh, that's not going to work. See, I sort of like that. My concern is always about making the floor all one thing. We have lots of wheat, and we can always can always make more if we need to. We can always rotate the crops out, switch the carrots and the potatoes for more wheat. Let's see, thinking torches up here like this. And realistically, we don't even really need a door on this section. We can just leave it open because this will sufficiently keep all the animals inside. Okay, so we're about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 short. And if we kind of pull down the middle here, like this. Let's see, that won't work. Although, would that look better? No, because then you're seeing, see, you're seeing like the hay bales bound up. I'm not a fan of that. The coarse dirt continues in a little bit, like it's a worn walkway, sort of. I'm just trying to change it up so that it's not super symmetrical. I mean, or it is somewhat symmetrical widthwise, but not lengthwise. So it sort of comes in, and then three more hay bales is what we need. We're a little short. Look how long this pumpkin's taking to grow back. I'm not even sure what broke it originally. One, two, three. There we go. And now for the fences on the walls. See, I'm doing this part while I mull that over, because I'm still not sure how I feel about that. And now this looks sort of... You know, I'm thinking what we need to do is actually put our extra 2 coarse dirt like that. See, I like that. For torches, we can go 2 in and 2 in, 2 and 2, 2 and 2, and then just like that. Nice and lit up. Well, I guess we should make some more fence posts. Let me mull this over for a second. So I think I'm starting to come around to this fence on the top type setting. So let's see, if we put wood on top of it though, let's see how this is going to look here. I feel like here we should go more of the oak logs. I don't want to break into the tree farm yet, although I suppose I could. Let's just go over here. We'll catch one of these oak trees. We only need a few. No, we are going to need actually quite a bit of oak wood. I'm not sure how this is going to look. We're just going to see for now. We're still kind of in experiment mode. See that? I can get on board with that actually. I like that. So let's continue with the planks around this side here. Let's see, we'll make some more. And we're going to have to torch the outside of this thing, or we're going to have little spawn pockets, and then we'll work on our roof. So our roof is going to be gabled. Let's do, if we do 2 from the inside, 2 from the inside, sort of want the torches to match the inside. So we'll go two from that inside, not counting the corner, 2 from that inside, and we'll just sort of make it matching up. These will go lower. We'll have to rig up some fancier lighting on the outside. See, that looks good. I like that. I like that. All right. Let's see if we have any more wood. These are all our saddles. Dirt. Stone. Brick. No, that's not really how I want to do that. We are going to need some chests. And that was the wrong button. There we go. There we are. Okay. In fact, let's do that again. I did the wrong button again. There we go. Okay, good. And I think for now, we'll go ahead and store some of this in here. See if we have any extra oak wood, which I don't think we do. Oh, we are going to have to hit the tree farm. Well, I'm not going to do that on camera. It actually takes me about 3 iron axes to get through our entire tree farm. It is an awful lot of wood. I would like to make a bunch of stairs, though. All right, so maybe we won't do the... Oh, let's go ahead and sleep. I think it's been a few days since I've slept. The last thing I want to do is get jumped by a phantom while I'm trying to wrap everything up. That would be bad. Oh. Yeah, we should also do this. Now, I've looked at some automatic kelp smelters. 2, 3, 4, 5, and that one's not quite 6, but we're going to do it anyways. But I love getting experience when you pull stuff out of the furnace. It's not a big deal if you have some automated experience generator. But if you're not doing that, then every little bit counts. Even though we don't need a lot of experience for what we're doing, it does make life easier. You know, the more I look at this roof for my greenhouse, the more I'm disappointed I didn't do more of a dome, that it came out like a pyramid instead of a dome, but I think we're going to leave that be. Perfection is, after all, the enemy of good enough. So as you can see, it's just wall-to-wall trees in here. It's very easy to spend a lot of time in here chopping down trees, and I'm not going to do it all. Just enough to break our axe, which is a big no-no. I don't usually break my tools, but I'm trying to get this done because again, I spent an awful lot of time on the potion room. I don't think this is going to be enough wood at all. Let's see what our gable's going to look like here. That's... Oh, I know what we can do. We'll install a window. Alright. Let's get some dirt scaffolding. Let's see, the window should go... Thinking right about there. Okay. Oh, we don't have any iron. Oh, for shame. For shame. Okay, well, we're going to pickaxe up this wood then. Oh, I so dislike doing this. That's okay. And then our window... going to be these fence posts like this. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, right there. 1, 2, and 1. And then we'll do the same thing over here. Let's see, we'll get our fences in. Two, 3, 1, 2, and 1. And then the rest is going to be all stairs. And we are going to need a lot more stairs. But that's okay because we have probably enough wood. No, probably not. That's not going to work. That's not going to work at all. That is not a corner. See, it keeps wanting to assume that it knows what I'm doing, and it is wrong. I can get on board with this. It is absolutely not my best work, but again, if I'm going to dedicate a lot of time to a stable looking really nice, I would rather it was the one at spawn that I'm going to set up for everyone, since we have all these extra saddles and such. This one is really just for us. Our personal use. Us. This will not be a community stable. Wait a second. I'm starting to think of if I gable it up, it's going to have to, if I want it to look like it's gabled from the inside. Oh, we're going to need so many more stairs. This isn't going to work. Let's go get an axe. Okay, we did a little tree chopping. Let's make sure we light this up before we depart. And let's make a lot of steps. Okay. That's not how I want that to go. There we are. Just need to make sure the game doesn't assume I want a corner there. And I absolutely didn't want one there. This is always the challenge in survival. And that's part of what I enjoy the most, is finding that balance between what looks good, what's too expensive to be worth your time, and striding the difference, or striding that difference, right down the middle, threading the needle, so to speak. It's because I'm selecting the wrong part of the block. There we go. We should have more than enough steps for this. So we still have more in here. Oh, so close. So close. All right. And of course we can't put any torches on it, but that's okay. Let's take a look at it. Oh yeah. No, that looks good. I like this. I can dig this. Okay. The next thing we're going to need to do is put down a chest here. And this is where we're going to put well, just some of our extras. And then of course we're going to gable the inside of the roof as well, so that it doesn't look quite so blocky. And then in that way it'll match the outside. Yeah, I definitely like the way it looks gabled on the inside better. But we're going to need some scaffolding. There we are. Looking good. I think we'll give some torches up by the window. I do like that. And then from here, we'll finish this gable on this side. Like that. So close. Okay. I do need to wrap up the episode, but I would not dare wrap it up without finishing this for everyone. It's got to be like holding in a sneeze, I'd imagine. Ugh. And I'm one set of steps short as well. There we go. Wait. Oh, I chose poorly. No, it is this way. Like this, like that. Boom! Look at that. Oh, this looks nice. This is going to be a great little place for our llamas. And then, of course, we're going to go ahead and give ourselves fence posts so that we have places to tie our llamas up to so they don't get out of control. How many llamas do we actually need? That's the question. Let's give them a little bit of space. There's no reason to be that crowded. There. Wonderful. All right, then we just have to move some leads in here, and likely we'll have to craft some extra leads. And I'm going to spend some time culling down this tree maze that I'm crafting here. But that's where we're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. I think we've done quite enough. Whew, busy, busy, busy. But this has been Minecraft episode 10. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've had a good time watching, because you guessed it, as always, I've had a good time playing. Just do me a favor, and if you have had a good time watching, go ahead and smash that like button. And if you haven't done so already, you should definitely subscribe and ring that bell so you can see my videos as soon as they come out. But until next time, take care.